Okay, let's imagine you are playing the song, you're strumming the chords, and all of a sudden you want to play a solo. What can you do? Of course, you can just stop the strumming and start playing single notes, but it doesn't work because you lose all the groove, you lose all the momentum. Of course, if you sit and think about it, you probably can come up with some cool arrangement, but what if you want just to jam and improvise? Well, in this lesson I'm gonna show you how to do it. If you implement this method, you will be able to strum and solo at the same time. And here's a quick example for you. This method works perfectly if your singer needs a break or if you just want to extend the length of the song and show off a little bit. And the best part, it's really easy to do it, you barely need any music theory and stuff like this. So let's just jump into it and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So, how does this work? Let's start with the E chord and yeah, let's imagine that our song is in the key of E. In the intro I played groove inspired by great Brian Jonestown Massacre, and yeah, it's like E, A, but let's focus on one chord at a time. So, this is the basic idea. You are in the key of E major, and all you need are these two strings, low E and A. You leave the low E open and you keep strumming it at all times. And on the A string, you play the notes from the pentatonic, from the major scale, from the minor scale, depends on the key of your song. In this case, for example, here we have this groove, E major. Try to find all the notes of the E major key on the A string, or you can just remember the frets. Here they are. Open A, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, 11th and 12th fret. Of course you can go even higher, but you know, it's not really convenient on acoustic guitar. One more time. 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. Here's your major scale. And this is what we do. You keep strumming, and when it's time to play solo, just mute all the other strings. You can use your index finger, or you can do it with your ring finger, doesn't matter. And keep strumming this low high E, because yeah, we are in the key of E and we need this low note. And just play the notes of the scale, like you can just improvise. What works great are these, you know, big leaps. If you go from here to here, this big slide always sounds nice. Because if you're gonna play like this all the time, it might be a little bit boring. However, if you come up with some cool parts, it's still fine. But if from time to time you do this big intervals, it sounds great. And even if you have a lot of chords in your progression, like you can just jam on one chord when the time comes. may still sound great. Now, if you are in the minor key, just find the notes of the minor scale. Here they are. And however, don't limit yourself to just major or minor scales. Perhaps some mixolydian or lydian will work fine. However, I'm not gonna go through all of this in this lesson. Now, the same idea works for the key of A. Doesn't matter if it's A major or A minor. You know, it's basically the same, just one string higher. You see? Or you can experiment, you can come up with some cool solos, cool riffs and stuff like that. And you know, this is pretty common groove, like 1, 2, 4. Down. You can combine them. And before we go further, if you're still struggling with some basics, like your strum in hand isn't as fluid as you would like it to be, or you're getting this fret buzzes when playing chords, it's hard for you to change chords on time, then be sure to check out our course, How to Play Chords Without Pauses and Buzzing. You can scan this QR code or check the link in the description. In this course you will get absolutely everything you need to fix these problems once and for all, and you will be able to just play any song you like and enjoy the process and not think about, you know, am I gonna be able to switch this chord in time, and so on and so forth. So yeah, be sure to check it out and let's get on with the show. And the same idea works for the D. And by the way, when you play the D chord, you can strum A string as well, like, because if you strum only these two strings, D and G, it may be a little too, you know, not powerful enough. And if you keep strumming A string at the same time, works great. So yeah, this is the basic idea. Find the notes of the major scale, find the notes of the minor scale, and depending on what key your song is in, just experiment and have fun. What to do, you may ask, if your song is in the key of F sharp, for example. Well, first of all, not every method works for every key, sadly. This one involves open strings, of course, but if you really want, you can just use capo. You know, here we are in the F sharp, and if I want to play in the key of B flat major or something, this is what I can do. Just put the capo on the first and just play in the shape of the A chord. Of course, this method isn't perfect, and nothing can beat proper solo, proper licks. But if you just can't stop, if you can't play single notes, this is a pretty cool thing that you can do. And I hope you'll find it useful and will be able to create some cool melodic lines or even solos using it. Don't forget about our course, how to play chords without pauses and buzzing, and if you want to learn how to do even more cool stuff on acoustic guitar, then check this video out.